Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I want to show you this amazing Natasha Denona eyeshadow technique that I saw on her IGTV on her Instagram. I think it will work for all eye shapes, irrespective of your eye shape, even hooded eyelids. I think this technique will work for everyone. And I want to show you today two looks with the same technique with different palettes so you can see how versatile this technique is and you can really do anything you want with it. First, I'll show you this technique using the NARS Bijoux palette, and then I'll show you how I did this look using the Natasha Denona Metropolis palette. And it's the same technique, just using different eyeshadows, and I really love how this turned out. So let's just get into it. So I've just added concealer on my eyelids, and I've also added extra powder under my eyes in case there's any fallout. And I'm gonna go ahead with a Spectrum Katie Hughes brush number 15 and go into this shade right here. And I'm gonna start off this shade with first in the center of the lid and then just kind of blending it out. It's a gorgeous color from NARS. It looks so beautiful, and I love that it's a satin formula, so it has a bit of a sheen to it but no sparkle. Next, I'm going to take the Spectrum brush number 12 and I'm going to go into this shade right here and just do a bit of a halo eye. And then I'm just going to blend it out with brush number 11. I'm going to go ahead and apply a little bit more. I'm just going to take a very small, kind of a pointed brush. This is from Wayne Goss, number 7. And all I'm going to do is just focus that blending right here. I feel like this is the area that requires a little bit of blending. Yeah, that's starting to look much better. Okay, next I'm taking the Natasha Denona Macro Tech Eye Pencil in black, and I'm just going to apply this in the lower lash line, and I'm going to take it all the way in. So now I've just roughly applied this eye pencil kind of all around my eye, and now I'm going to go into this dark brown shade right here. And all I'm going to do is apply this eyeshadow right on top. And that's just going to soften this black. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing and apply this brown right on top of that black. This is the final look. What do you guys think? For this look, I'm going to use my top favorite Natasha Denona eyeshadow palette. This is truly one of my ultimate favorites. I love this palette to death. And we're going to use the greens in this palette to create this look. So I'm going to first start off with this shade right here and create a bit of a halo eye with that first. Please note that for this eye look, it's really more about the technique. It's not really so much about the eyeshadow palette. So you can use any palette that you have. You just need to pick out one shade that's a little bit darker for the halo eye, a lighter shade or a shimmer shade that you want just for that spotlight effect, and then you want a slightly darker shade to do the rim. First, I'll go in with this beautiful green color, which is a cream to powder formula. I'm going to pick that up on the Spectrum brush from Katie Hughes, number 12. Just show you what that looks like. That's the product on there. This is an amazing brush, both for matte eyeshadows, shimmer eyeshadows, cream to powder formula. Fantastic. Just adding this really at the outer section. I've also concealed my eyelids, by the way, so I do have some concealer on there just to make sure that all the colors will look nice and even. One of the great things with the cream to powder formula is that you really don't get any fallout. So I'm going to apply that in the outer V. And then I'm going to take a Spectrum brush number 13, which looks like this. It's a bit of a dense, rounded, almost like a large pencil brush. And I'm going to use that just to blend out the edges. I'm going to wing it out a little bit and then just to kind of blend out that edge and then bring it into the crease. Now, if you have hooded eyelids, just know that your crease is going to be a lot lower. You're not going to have that much space. So you want to make sure that when you do this, you go above the fold. You go as close up to the eyebrow area as possible. There. I mean, that doesn't really require much blending. That just looks beautiful. I am going to add a little bit more product and sort of deepen that up a little bit more. Just there. I'm going into the crease as well. Remember, if you have hooded eyelids, you want to go up high with this shade. And then I'm going to go in and blend it out just with that buffing brush and take it into the crease. I'm also going to blend it right here in the edge, just a little bit, and apply that in the inner part of the eyelid. Again, we're just creating that halo eye, and going back into that rounded pencil brush, I'm just going to blend the edges, and I'm taking it into the crease as well. So this also becomes our transition shade or our crease shade. I had one of you ask me a question before, which palette to get if you really want a really good cream to powder formula, and it's Metropolis. Now I'm going to go into this absolutely beautiful green taupe shade. This is a shimmer shade. It is stunning. So I'm going to pick it up on my ring finger and I'm going to pop this right in the middle. I mean, how beautiful is this color? Absolutely stunning. This is also not going to give me any fallout. Wow, just check that out. Yes. Yes. And I'm going to take it up into the crease as well. And I'm just going to blend that shimmer shade into the crease a little bit. I'm just going to kind of roughly line my eyes all around my eye area. You don't need to be perfect with it, you just need to line it. Then I'm also going to line my waterline, so that's nice and dark. And now I'm going to apply this at the top of the lash line as well. So now I've roughly lined my eyes just with that black pencil. I've gone all the way in and around, and it's not perfect. It doesn't need to be perfect. So now what we're going to do is take another eyeshadow and just go on top of this black line. And there's a few options here, especially if you already have this palette. You can go with this warm brown, and if you wanted to kind of contrast that cooler tones with some warmth, you can go with a warm brown on top. You can keep the cool tone by using the cooler brown. You can even experiment with a green. I think this green would look beautiful, or even the blue would look really stunning. Will contrast that really nicely. I want to keep this look quite neutral, so I'm going to go with this cool tone brown right here. I'm going to go with a smaller brush. It does have some black on it, but that's okay. Let's go back into that brown, and I'm going to apply that directly underneath that black eyeshadow and run that underneath. And this is going to soften that black pencil a little bit while also giving it this beautiful neutral color. I'm going to pick up more of that brown, and I'm going to go ahead and apply that right on top. I'm going to take the same brown, and now I'm going to apply this brown directly on top of the black pencil on top of my lash line. And I'm just slowly going to build it, and this will soften out. I hope you guys enjoyed both those looks, and feel free to mix and match, try different color stories when you do this look. You really just need 3 eyeshadows. You don't even need a transition shade. You need a darker shade to create that halo, something in the middle where it could be a satin shade, it could even be a different colored matte shade, could be shimmer. I haven't shown you any with sparkle. Sparkly shades will look particularly beautiful. And then of course you just need maybe a dark brown, a dark red, anything that has a little bit more depth that can soften that black eye pencil would be amazing. So try it out. It's amazing. I'm so happy I'm able to show it to you guys. So I'll see you guys in my next video. See ya.